when you were playing that record? What were you thinking?
Allô?
Ça va?
Ouais.
C'est compliqué. Moi, toi, tu dis le hello, mais je dis, I hope everybody's
You
doing
never,
good.
you never said that.
But it's always been like that.
Oh.
You always go, hello, and then say,
Hello.
"What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Something About.
Something about.
Hope everybody's doing good.
And then,
Oh, mais ça, il fallait le faire au début. It's just, you wanted to do something, then you gave up on it.
no, I've been doing
episode-
it 3 days every the row.
Don't scream. Stop yelling at me. 7 o'clock in the morning, I just woke up. Why are you
12.
yelling? Wait, they don't need to notice.
And you've had
They don't
alcohol
know when
already.
we're recording this.
Before 12, by the way. I'm just gonna... I mean, I did have a sip, so.
Yeah, so welcome
yes,
back, guys.
now, to another
Everybody's
episode.
doing good. Welcome back to another episode of Something About.
Something about. I don't know. I guess we can start off.
So
How's your week been?
My week has been good.
Yeah,
It's been good working on some music.
good stuff.
Got a couple of singles in the pipeline. Very interesting stuff. Excited to release some of them.
Mm-hmm.
Released a new video on my YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a vibe. It's me versus AI. You can see how well I hold up, or if I get crushed by AI. Spoiler alert: visual artists, AI. You know, just from the stuff that's freely available. Ça va? Qu'est-ce que tu comme ça? You good?
That's good.
You on crack?
You got me cool. I was like,
So as I was saying,
sorry, yes.
yeah, release a new video. Link's gonna be in the description. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say, visual artists, AI is crazy.
Beware.
AI is gonna, you're gonna lose your job. Couple, maybe not you. You're super talented.
Thank you.
But I feel like there's a couple of visual artists out there that just, you guys are gonna lose your job. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you guys are fucked too. I just saw an article about The Weeknd and Drake. AI like was literally able to reproduce their voice and make a new song. Honestly, it sounded legit. It sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
Like I'm
but-
not even gonna die.
But you know, I've checked like music
Yeah.
AI, and at least the ones that are like freely available, it's
Mhm.
not that, it's nothing crazy.
Is it because it takes so many samples, which is why it sounds so good?
No, I just think it's just like, because it's like, it needs to be like, I mean, I don't know nothing about AI, obviously, but I just feel like it's super complex.
Mm-hmm.
So they wouldn't just give it out for free. So obviously there's some
Okay, so maybe
technology out there that's like super expensive.
Okay.
Then yeah, for sure that one is going to be like capable of creating
Okay.
like amazing songs. But the stuff that's like freely available
Mhm.
compared to like, you know, DALL-E, the thing that we,
Yeah.
like, that I showed you, like that shit is crazy. But like compared to like music stuff, or at least the ones that I saw, it ain't that crazy. But that shit was crazy. They made you know who Ice Spice is?
No.
Okay. Well, she has a song called Munch or something.
Uh-huh.
And they made a version where it's like Drake
Mhm.
singing the lyrics, and it was like it's like it's a girly song, you know, it's like a female song. So like to hear Drake on it, it was super hilarious. But
Yeah.
if you know how corny and like sussy Drake can be at times, it fits so perfectly. And I think he got mad. And then after that, when they did like the Weeknd song, like after a couple of days or like a day, like it got taken down by like his label or whatever. Yeah.
But I saw a song of Drake singing about like kidney beans or something. Like
The what?
yeah, there was a song about him singing about beans, like white beans, black beans. Sure, something.
Oh, like AI, not an actual song. Okay, because like what?
But it sounded legit.
I was like, damn, Drake
like,
fell off, bro.
damn.
What is he talking about beans,
Yeah,
bro?
so I mean, so you see, but I did hear how, like you said, this label are on it. But I think now artists are like I feel like they're kind of like building contracts where like they'll be able to sue space like copying their likeness of like their artists, or you know, I mean, it's not gonna be for sure. AI is more available now, but I feel like people are putting more things in like out there to protect themselves. You know,
For sure. I mean, I don't know if it's the artists themselves. For sure, like the record labels might be able to, because you know the contracts for some of these artists is like they don't own any royalties. So it's like, at what point are you gonna be able to sue? But I guess obviously if it's like AI making a Drake song, for sure. But if it's like
you can sue the likeness,
a different voice, but like in the same flow as Drake, I don't think you'll be able to sue. Like
No,
there's
for
artists
sure.
that sound like other
No, for
artists at
sure.
the moment.
No, for sure. So it wouldn't be an issue, but the issue is like if people think that I'm the one talking, then people recognize their voice as Drake's. That's the issue. Right?
Yeah.
No, for
But I
sure.
mean, like, let's be real. Like, I know AI is crazy, but like in terms of music, like nobody's gonna go watch a concert of like a laptop.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Not exactly.
It
You
actually
want
needs to
the
be a
artist
person.
itself, right? So this is it. So for sure, like so much. I don't know. Technology is coming out, but I think we'll be
But
fine.
my point was like, is it any different? Like using AI, is it that different of like people collaborating together? Like if you just remove the human aspect of giving like jobs to humans, is it that much different of like if I decide to use an AI to make a song, is it that different of me using another guitarist and the guitarist laying me a track and then using another person to write the lyrics for me and then I just perform it? Is that much different?
I think that the biggest, maybe the issue with it is mostly because there's no one actually getting credit for it.
That's what I'm saying. If you just remove the human aspect, obviously the human aspect, I get that. But if you just remove it, just in terms of like collaborating, is that much different? It's technically the same thing.
It's a similar like concept in a sense, right? You're kind of have this guy's gonna edit, this other guy's gonna put things together. So I get what you mean for sure. But comme je dis, I mean, yo, at this point déjà là, they replaced us. They replaced the cashiers because you're Super C. I have to scan our own things, and now. You know, and when I call Japan, I hate now that when I call a clinic, it's like an AI generated, like say yes or talk to an advisor. And then she goes, I just want to talk to a real person. It's so annoying. You know,
yo, God bless self checkout. It's like guys, I don't mind. If you want me to do the cash, I have no problem.
Speaking of beans, but they're like $1.50 now.
You know what I'm saying? I might scan everything as a banana because banana is 99 cents a pound. Maybe.
But I think they're getting better at this too. I feel like they install, I don't know, I feel like they install more cameras or like, you know, I feel like it reminds me of
the trick is, and I'm not saying I'm doing this. It's just, I've heard.
This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. But you take your own grocery bag. You don't use the cart. So you do like a small grocery, obviously, and you put stuff in the bag.
Wow.
And then when you go to the self-checkout, you just forget to remove some of the items from your bag.
It's happened to me. I think it's happened that I like genuinely forgot, and I'm like, oh, and I would like.
Pro tip of the week: how to fight inflation. Don't pay for stuff.
Fair enough.
But you can only do that for like so much stuff. Like you can't have like a 50-inch TV in your grocery bag.
In the bag.
Forgot to scan it.
What? I didn't even know this. But I mean, it's happened. I think I remember like going like grocery shopping with my dad. And then you know that bottom little row under the rack, people with bottles in there. Comme c'est facile à oublier en amont. Comme you put potatoes under there and you go up and you go, oh.
How many times have I done that? I think I've done that with you one time. Yeah, she was like, "There's anything in the car?" I was like, "No, don't worry about it." I don't know. I think it was with my mom. I was doing the pandemic and the prices are crazy. I was like, "Don't worry about it. Just keep walking." Or it was like a thing of water. I was just keep walking.
This is not financial advice. We're not encouraging anything with this. This is just like a hypothetical situations that people encounter every day. You know.
Nah, man. Yeah. Still, this is how you fight inflation.
Every time you've been talking the whole time, it's been going like beep. Not financial advice.
Yo, can of beans is $1.59, guys. Yeah. That's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens.
I mean, at this point,
I don't want to steal, but
that's why you have to like contraband and then bring shisha into the country to make money.
That was funny. I
never really understand. So, isn't shisha legal?
Well, no.
Is
like, I mean, it is legal, but like, it's weird. Like you try to buy like shisha tobacco, and it's like you can't actually buy it. Like, they don't sell it to like personal consumption or something. Like, it's super difficult to find. Like,
is it kind of like SUDC doesn't have it, so I guess you have to find your own means?
Certain stores have it, but they'll be like. So I remember there was one time I went to Prohibition, and I was like, my friend had a shisha, and I was like, "Yo, can we buy some shisha tobacco?" And I remember asking the first person, and the person just like looked at me like deer in the headlights. She was like, and she just left. I was like, "What the fuck?" Then another person came. He's like, "Hi, how can I help you?" I was like, "Can I buy some shisha tobacco?" Once again, stone faced. Goes get a third person. I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, are you guys retarded or something?"
What am I? Hey, you can say the R word.
Okay. Are you guys special needs or something? What the fuck is going on? Did you not get the training phone like shisha tobacco? What's going on?
Maybe they went to the back to check their workers manual.
No. Third person came in. I guess it's like the manager. And he's like, yeah, can I get some shisha tobacco? He's like, we don't we can't sell. He's like, because of law, so and so,
But then
we
you-
can't
what did
we
you need
can't
three
sell
people?
shisha tobacco. And I was like, but he says we have, and then he points at like boxes down the road. He's like, but we have, I don't remember the words. It was like essence. And I was like, okay, but is that like shisha tobacco?
So it's
And he's like,
essence.
well, technically, because of law, we can. I was like, can I open the box and look at it? He's like, yes. I
He's
open
like-
it. I was like, okay, bro, you could just like, I don't know what the fuck's
Yo,
going on.
he's like somebody's watching somewhere.
He's like, do I look like an undercover cop? What the fuck, bro?
I mean, he's just making sure. He's like, if you happen to stumble upon the box and then find what you need and happen to have money to purchase this, that's cash.
Yeah, but I was
You
like,
go-
bro, this is super complicated.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought it was just, but I think, is that why when I went to New York last summer, and then I had gone with my brother to like a shisha. I think it was like basically there was a whole store that had just had shisha, like tobacco, and they had like hundreds of flavors. And I thought it was common. But I think my brother was telling like, "Oh, we don't have this at home," like so he bought that. I was supposed to buy you some. I don't think I bought you some. Did I get you some? I
No,
don't
you
know.
didn't.
I don't know. I don't smoke.
Well, I told you I wanted an actual shisha.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
the tobacco would serve no purpose without the
True.
shisha. Like,
That's why I didn't get it.
I don't know what you want me to do with the tobacco.
I clearly don't smoke. I don't know how the things work.
Yeah.
Can't you just use your hand and like heat it up?
I'm not a crackhead. I mean, this might be like something a crackhead would do, but like crack.
Just bring
You don't do
aluminum
it with
foil.
shisha.
You know, a bit of a light. You know, just figure it out.
How weird would that be? You just walk into my apartment one day and you just see me with like tinfoil, like a bunch of shisha.
Honestly,
That's
if you
very
were-
degenerate
no, no.
behavior.
If you were doing crack, maybe I would talk to you and see like what's happening. I don't know. Would you date me? Would you be happy dating me? No. What if when we first met, I told you that I did crack? Would you be okay with that?
No, I mean,
You wouldn't even consider it. Be like, maybe
well,
she's a nice girl.
Listen,
but she
at
does
the end of
crack.
the day, anybody can do whatever they want with their life, but I would like block your number.
What?
Well, you know what?
Will you talk to me?
Maybe I would try to smash one time, then I would leave. In my honest opinion, I'm being 100% honest.
So crack
If
is a
you
no.
if you look at the way you looked, I would smash and then I dip because I know I'm dating a crackhead.
I feel objectified, and
It is what I'm
you
being
know,
honest.
I should be appreciated for my crack and all. should be a quote, crack and all. You know.
Yes.
I mean, by the way, I am going through. You know, what is it? When you go to like, I am going through a certain-
Withdrawals?
Yeah, withdrawals. a
YouTube
bit.
withdrawals.
I use YouTube way too much. So
You go to
I've been kind of like-
YouTube Anonymous.
at night, I was dreaming about like.
I go to YA. Hi, my name is Wendy.
YAA.
Hello, Wendy.
What's your income? What's your issue? I go on YouTube too much. You come, and then people discuss instead of like saying, instead of saying like how long they haven't been using like let's say alcohol, I'll be like, I haven't been on YouTube for 28
days.
hours.
Some people, it got so bad. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I
was
had to be at work at 6:30. I was watching Frozen Elsa videos.
Yeah. And you know what I was watching? The videos.
And everybody can relate. They're like,
Me, I was watching the video of a bird watching YouTube. It's okay. Fuck it out. So to be fair, I have been a bit more productive. I have been a lot more productive. Typically, first thing I do, I don't know why, I don't know how or since I've been doing this, but first thing I would do is like watch a video when I wake up. So I've been very going away from doing that. It actually has been helping. I feel like I don't know, you waste so much time in social media, right? And then I did a couple years back. I kind of detoxed from Facebook and Instagram, and I really completely blocked it off. So now I'm really good with not. I don't go on Instagram. Like I have a hard time being on the apps, but I didn't realize that I kind of went into YouTube. I just watch way too much YouTube. So now I'm trying to bring it down a bit. I think it's helped. Yeah. I think my weekly average was like 8 hours. And I was like, what am I doing for 8 hours?
it's crazy.
I
I remember like I had a problem like that with an Instagram. I remember one time I discovered where you can see like how much time you spend. I remember seeing it was like 3 hours. I was like, what?
You're like, where?
I was like, how? I was like, dude,
Such a waste of time, right?
I was like, we're gonna stop this right now.
Now at most on Instagram, I spend half an hour. I think my average is an hour a week. Honestly, that's me actually trying to be on the app, which I think I'm good with. But again, if I spend 8 hours on YouTube, I mean, if I watch a documentary that's an hour long, sure, but it's easy to kind of go. It's kind of like TikTok, right? You watch a video and you watch another video, and then sometimes I find myself watching a video on my laptop, and then there's an ad, and I go on my phone, bro. I'm watching two videos at the same time. So
This you know when you got a problem.
yeah, I got a big problem. So detoxing. We're kind of like twitching a bit. Like,
Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I'll be like eating, like I prepare food, then I'll spend like an extra 20 minutes just finding the perfect video
yeah,
to watch while I eat my food. Like I'll take a bite, and then if I don't like the video, I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah.
Like, I really need to find this great video.
If I heard, yeah, and I saw a thing how I think I sent it to you. This guy was explaining how the reason why we were so stuck on your phones or like apps is kind of like we get bored so easily. So we okay, let me watch a quick video. Where the guy in the video was saying how instead of finding a video to kind of cope with that boredness, maybe you can just be that. Maybe read a book, and I guess I'll be less bored. Or like do something more productive. Like really remind yourself that you can do something more productive. So I think that's what I'm trying to do. If I'm bored and I want to go on YouTube, it's okay. Let me actually do something or like an essay.
But he's reading a book that more productive. I love reading.
Oh, but I mean, depending on let's say
like,
you're writing your thesis and you'd be that could be good research. Or like for you, let's say you can search up other artists or like something more alongside like that would be useful to you and not and less just like mindlessly watching YouTube.
No, for sure.
I watch a lot of weird stuff on YouTube. I mean, not weird stuff. Actually, no, I watch cool things on YouTube.
But it's good. It's good to make like sacrifices. It's good to make sacrifices for like a good goal.
Yeah.
Just kind of like that dude, the CEO was praising. He was like, yo, guys, I know it's hard out here. It's like the CEO doing like this Zoom call. It's like, guys, I know it's hard out here. But I appreciate everybody working. And I want to highlight this one specific person that, we had to return back to the office. And he did a great gesture. He gave away his family dog, basically. Right?
Wow. Because basically in that situation, I think some offices or a lot of jobs I feel like they're kind of they're ending their work.
This is how you do a segue, by the way.
Sorry?
This is how you do a segue, by the way. Did you see how effortless it was?
My segues have been good.
No.
Now you fucked it up because then you mentioned that you do segues. It was?
I went from topic A, boom. This was not even part of the topic. Boom. This is how
did I go into the topic of YouTube? Segue. I went into obsession, shisha, segue, YouTube.
No.
Man,
no, because I said crack. Then you said crack, then you said YouTube.
This is like over-explaining a joke. Now you...
No. I'm just showing. This is an example. This is how you segue.
I hate it here.
Take notes. Anyways, you're saying, see you?
Yeah, I think basically, a lot of jobs, I guess, they're having people go back to work to the office. I mean, I guess they're paying for the building, so they might as well use it. And this guy, it did say it was a family dog, where you kind of like give away the family dog so that he could like go back to work in the office. Maybe, to be fair, if he feels like he wasn't able to take care of the dog, I'd rather someone like give it to someone else. You know what I mean? I feel like it sucks to have a pet be rehomed, but if you're not paying attention to it, so I guess I would prefer the dog being in a better family, that can take care of him.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of messed up if you have to like give up you feel like you have to give up your dog to accommodate your new work cycle, right?
Yeah. But I just find it fucked up. Like that's why I hate corporate culture. Like it's so dumb. Because he's like, the CEO of Clearlink was recorded praising an employee for selling the family dog after hearing about the company's return to office policy, accusing dozens of workers of quiet quitting and questioning whether single mothers or primary caregivers could really work full-time jobs. And just to add, blah, blah, blah. So a number of employees had been hired with the understanding that Clearlink was a remote first company.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you said as you hire people, it's going to be remote first.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really grind my gears, and I've seen a couple of videos of it, this whole quiet quitting thing.
Yeah,
people like making videos is like, yo, there's this new phenomenon. People get hired, and instead of going above and beyond, they just do what they were like hired to do.
Yeah.
They don't want to go above and beyond. It's like, bruh, pay me above and beyond, and I'll go above and beyond.
But I feel like
you hire me to do task ABC. If I complete task ABC, I don't need to do task D. Pause. Yeah. But I don't need to do task key. You know what I mean?
I think even before knowing that was a term, I've always had my parents kind of tell me like, we've all done like odd jobs, like working at like random shops, whatever, just to get some bit of cash. And I think my parents have always told me like, you don't have to kill yourself for this random job,
Exactly.
You do the job you're asked to do.
Exactly.
But I think the thing is, the issue would be like, if you go above and beyond, they're more likely to keep you at that position because like you're doing all this extra work and we're paying you this much.
You'll do above and beyond, and then the day you won't do above and beyond, be like,
yeah, you've been sacking off.
Wendy, I need you to come to my office. Need you to step into my office.
Why did you
Lately,
clean the
Wendy.
coffee machine?
Lately, Wendy, you have been slacking off a little bit.
You haven't been
You
clean.
used to roll at 145%.
Yeah.
Now you're at 125%. I'm gonna need to cut your hours.
Yeah. By the way, you still haven't walked my dog, and you still haven't gotten his new snacks. So
I remember I was working this like super like bare minimum wage job as like in retail, and I remember we had to do like $3,000 of sales in like a shift.
Bro.
It's like, bro, I'm not even paid commission. You busting my balls, like.
Oh my god, I had a job like that. I had one like that, and they would always see
Fuck it, yo, and they would tell me to figure, what the fuck am I gonna sell, bro?
That this means nothing to me.
But how many times have you went to like a retail shop and somebody sold you something? Like actually, I wanted to buy pants, but I went out and buy like a blazer.
Honestly, never.
It's like, bro, I'm here to buy a specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about your opinion.
Exactly. Honestly.
Minimum wage worker.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
If I don't like it, it's like
knowing that the person there was in a similar situation that you were like a couple of years ago, like you know that they're just doing their jobs.
100%.
So people don't see. It's not like you're going to like super fancy like shop where people are like the professional people like in like designers like recommending. So these gens qui come on that's done like retail job, and you know this girl is just doing her job because she's gonna finish at 5 and she has homework to do after. So she's not as invested at it either. Like at most, if I'm looking for a pair of pants, I'll be like, oh, do you have other pair of pants I can look at? But I've never been convinced to buy like a whole ass blazer. Like it doesn't work. I don't know for other people. But you can't convince me to buy more stuff I don't need, honestly.
Yeah.
But
also I get it. Like I understand like remote working from home, like it's such a blessing.
No, but
I get it. How like certain bosses are like nobody's doing work. And I know for a fact there's a good percentage, I don't know the data. They don't do fuck all because he's saying like some have already quietly quit their position by taking a paycheck. And Clark claims in the meeting in 1 month this year alone, I got data that 30 of you didn't even open or crack open laptops, and those are remote employees, which I get, you know.
No, but honestly, does it matter if you're able to, if you do your job properly and you do what you're asked to do? Does it matter that you have all this extra free time to, like, I don't know, rest? You don't have to like drive to work an hour, come back.
100%.
You have to prep, get ready at like 6 a.m. to go. Does it matter?
No.
And I understand as like, I understand if you're a business owner, think, this is my business, I want people to work, but they're doing their job still.
Yeah, but some people do work better under supervision.
Well, for sure. I understand that. So I guess, I don't know, maybe, I guess I don't have the solution for like how, but that would be so. But I know for you, for example, I know
you fucked up. You gave us remote from work, but
you work really well. No, but in general, you're really good at your job. I feel like. Yeah. So, do you think you would benefit from working in the office? Do you think that would help your work ethic?
No. It would ruin my day more. Like stuck in traffic. There's nothing worse than being like 7:30 and just like sitting in traffic and doing like sitting in traffic for work.
Right? Isn't that so demoralizing?
And then just stuck in traffic, and there's always this one dude that just want to cut in line. It's like, bro, dude, why are you doing this, bro? Why are you ruining my mood, man?
Yeah, which I get,
That's even better. Now I can just like,
I remember having
2 hours before.
I remember having this job in retail. So honestly, I did the job. People make recommendations like, oh, you have this shirt or whatever. It was the most basic job. And then at one point, the manager was like, yo, we're looking for a key holder. Would you want to be a key holder? And I remember talking to the other key holder, and I was like, dude, how much more are you getting paid? I swear, I think it was like 10 cents. I was like, you want me to take this job for 10 extra cents? Then I have to close the fucking gate. I have to open the store. I have to put on the mannequins, all this. She asked me, I remember that day, she's like, hey, Wendy, like, we have a new position that opened up. Key holder, would you want to do it? What she go? No. And then she went like, no? And I was like, no, honestly, that I'm not interested. Like,
yeah.
Especially knowing that this is not at all in my career field. So for me, I have no reason for wanting to get more invested in this job than I already am. And then, yeah, honestly, if I'm not interested, if I don't see it beneficial for me, like in any way, I'm more likely to just be like, let me find something else.
Yeah.
But
I remember when I worked in a call center.
Yeah.
And like there was like I was like a team leader. There was like a manager or like an assistant manager position opening up. I remember my boss was like, you didn't apply? It's like, you don't want to be this? Like, nah.
I'm not good. Gucci.
I see how stressed you guys like. I'm cool.
Right? I don't need the stress in my life. I feel
And
like
I remember like
yeah.
another team leader, like we had two, and she got the job. And like 2 weeks after, she's like, "Yo, it's so much work." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No,
I'm not
honestly,
surprised."
if ever there's like a new position, I mean, whatever job I would be in, I would always, let's say I have a friend that became like a manager and so on. I would always like ask my friends, "Oh, how is it?" Like really to see like the full view of the job, to see is it worth it?
Mhm.
And honestly, a lot
Never
of the jobs
is.
I've had, it's
Never
not.
is.
And it's je suis pas intéressé to be manager at this whole shop because I'm like, this is not even what I want to do. Why am I have to be stressed now of like the sales when I don't care about the sales about this company? Like, I mean,
Mhm.
again, I'm doing the job, right? But I don't really care necessarily more if we're able to reach the monthly goal. Like, oh, on a fait 1200 aujourd'hui, we didn't make it. Okay, well, I finished at 8 though, so I'm still gonna go home though. I'm not gonna think about it. So, you know, if you're the manager, I understand why you have to worry about it. But if I don't have to, I won't. You know, so
It's
yeah,
crazy.
that is.
So I'll keep reading this article, but
Yes.
it's like, yo, Clark, which is like the CEO, also wondered whether some remote software developers were secretly working for two different companies. We don't know.
I mean,
The
no.
Clearlink CEO laid into copywriters, claiming that some of them exclusively using AI to write. And then he says, "I can do that in about 30 minutes of an 8-hour workday." He said, "So, what do we need to do? Let's put out 30 to 50 times our normal production."
Damn. See, I think the CEOs are just hating because they're like, "Yo, I'm getting paid this much money, and I'm able to stay home, and I don't want you to have the same luxury, like of me being able to stay home and not do much." You know, yeah, I wish we could see this recording, like, and I wonder who. I feel they should have seen. Was like, who the fuck recorded me? You know, he must be like.
You hate to see it.
It must have been like a call of like 220 people or something. I don't know, enough people. That maybe they're not able to figure out who it is. I would love to see that, to be honest. That's so funny.
There was another CEO
Yes.
same week.
Yeah. So.
The lady going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Yo, guys need to live pity city. We gotta bootstrap.
Yeah.
We gotta work harder. We gotta come through." It's like, I don't know why you guys are mad about not getting a raise, okay,
Yeah.
guys? We're in a hole. We gotta dig ourselves out of this hole.
This is your business.
She's doing like this crazy motivational speech, like it's like game 7, finals playoff. We down by 5. She's like, "Yo, let's go, guys. We gotta win this game. We gotta come together as a team and work together." Meanwhile, it was a meeting for like why people didn't get any raises. Meanwhile, she got a bonus of $1.12 million.
But she's like, "Don't worry about it."
Sitting there like,
and then she's like,
"Bitch."
And then she's like, I too have a hard time doing groceries.
Exactly.
I'm like,
me too. I struggle.
Boat. I'm in the same boat. But I still come to work one time a week.
Do you know how expensive
Mercedes is?
Yeah.
Do you know how expensive?
I had to change the oil. I don't take regular oil like you bums. I have to take synthetic oil.
Exactly. Because I can't afford it anymore.
Do you know how much Supreme gas costs? No, you don't, you fucking bums.
And my rims, I had to change it twice in the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Think about it. It reminds me because
fucking peasants. You know how much I heated the parking spot costs? Yeah. No, you don't. You park in the street, you fucking butt.
Yeah. Before it's $25, now I pay $28 a month.
Fucking disgusting.
Think about it.
No, stop the fucking whining. Get back to fucking work.
It reminds me
basically of like if there were subtitles, that's what she said.
I know, read it between the lines.
Exactly. That's what she really wanted to say. But she wrote like a politically correct statement.
Exactly. Like there was this YouTuber I had watched. It was so cringe. So basically the girl, I think she's like 27. Her and the sisters are like they're like OG YouTubers. They did like lifestyle whatever videos. Mm-hmm. In that video, she deleted the video obviously because she has a backlash. So she's sitting in her car, which people had pointed out it was like a Mercedes, but it's a nice car. And then she's like, basically, she broke up with her partner like a year or two ago, and they had planned to they basically planned and built this whole house by themselves, right? So it was like everything to the T was built. Mm-hmm. So they built the house, and to be fair, she makes more money, so she was putting in more money, right? So they broke up and everything. So now she's like, oh, now she's not able to afford her house as much, or like maybe it's a bit too much beyond her means. And then she was like, guys, and she was saying, guys, I just learned this word. It's called being house poor. Guys, I'm house poor. People are like, you're sitting in a Mercedes. And en plus, their mortgage, the house that she's paying, it might be a $2 million house that she built herself. She could easily afford $1 million house. You know what I mean? I don't know how much her house is, but I'm assuming it's a very nice one. And then she was saying, like, guys, I haven't bought new clothes in a long time. All the clothes I get are from brands. Think about it. I want to go on a shopping spree. I haven't been to do that. I'm house poor. So, you can see how the people did not receive that property, like, can you imagine you're crying to me in your Mercedes when people can barely buy groceries? And then people were calling her like tone deaf. And again, she just deleted the video. I feel that's the thing. I'm just deleted the
Remember
video.
there was like when the pandemic just started and like all the millionaire actors, they were like singing this song. Like, guys,
people.
it's so hard out here, guys. I'm in my $25 million penthouse. I get my food delivered and I don't have to go outside and I'm completely secluded from everybody. It's super difficult.
And my tennis court is not as cool as
I had a movie that's supposed to come out, it won't come out.
But I'm still getting residuals.
Because we can still sell DVDs and sell it to Netflix. Guys, it's so difficult right now.
And I have to pay my lawyer. Yo, that's the thing. I wonder if I get really rich, I don't think I'll be out. I wonder if being rich turns you tone deaf. Or people are just...
I always thought about it. I feel like like when you get money and you become more famous, you're just the same person. It's like multiplies it.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like you have to kind of grow up struggling a bit more to really be able, like, even if I get $1 million, $10 million tomorrow, I'll still understand how hard it is to like buy groceries and everything, right?
I don't think so.
You think you're just gonna forget and one day you're gonna be like, things are,
Bro, I'm still gonna buy. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be cheap rich. I'm still gonna buy my groceries, bro. I guess isn't this guy worth 75 million? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait au Super C, bro? Yo, cucumbers are. But
I'm still gonna go to Super C.
Cucumbers are still. I mean, I was gonna say 99 cents, but like, let's say in 10 years, it's gonna be like cucumbers are still $5.99.
Yeah, but honestly, even if I win like tons of money tomorrow, I swear I don't think I doubt I'll buy a whole new wardrobe. Honestly, I'm just like.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna splurge. Like, let's say I get. Like, I mean, yeah.
I need the license first, but
exactly. If I get super rich, honestly, if I get super rich, I'm just gonna lease. I'm just gonna lease a car.
Oh yeah, I think
I don't even care. I don't need to own it afterwards. Take it.
What I would do if I get the car. I told you the car I wanted, and you make fun of me before. I wanted like a van or something. I told you it was a dream car, a big van.
You didn't even know the name of the car you wanted.
But it was like a van, and it had like 5 seats in there. You know when I was a kid? Because we have like a 7-seat car, and I was like, this is the coolest car ever. Mm-hmm. But then I found out by you and other people that having like a big caravan is not the coolest car ever.
No.
I thought they're cool. Or I want that, or like a FIFA.
A what? A FIFA? Like the video game?
No, like the car. The Italian car. FIFA?
A Fiat?
A Fiat. The Fiat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want a Fiat.
You feel how awkward this room got, right? you sense the awkwardness, the silence.
It wasn't that bad.
The FIFA.
It's a common mistake. The Fiat.
I mean, I guess it's possible. I've never heard anybody make that mistake, but it could be common.
But they both start by F-I.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thank you very much. Move on. Next topic.
but speaking of like fucked up work, like there was I don't know, the 14-year-olds could work legally.
Yo, leave your kid alone, bro.
In Quebec, and they're about to like pass this law where like
they're allowed to work.
Yeah, like they wanted to like reduce like cut the
age limit to younger. Okay.
Yeah, like to raise it, not actually. Like instead of like allowing people 14-year-olds to work. And so basically, c'est des législations pilotées par my boy, Jean Boulet. Remember Jean Boulet?
Yeah, the best.
The guy who has the best data about Montreal immigration. So basically, they want to allow 14-year-olds to work in Quebec instead of like being 16, 17. And that's basically it. So they want to allow even younger kids. And at some point, they were like saying how if they want to raise the age limit to like 16 or 18, they're like so it's gonna break the dreams of 90,000 people of like kids, because they could be working, but now we're gonna tell them you can't work. so it's gonna break their dreams. And he was like, imagine.
yeah.
He's like, they gave this situation. It was like, imagine this situation, okay?
Imagine all the people.
This young kid, he wanted to go work, but he can't work.
Yeah.
He sees his friends going to work, but he's 15 and they're 16. They're going to work this summer, and he's gonna stay home playing Nintendo.
Wow.
I was like, bro, this kid is like living life. It's like, I don't have to work. Legit.
I think I do understand how not everyone is at the same financial state. So some people, like, it might be helpful to have like an extra hand. But I'm telling, I feel like when because the thing is, like, you're a kid for such a short time of your whole life, right? It's such like I think it's like a small percentage. You know, maybe like 10%, 20, 15% of your whole life, of like, and from baby, kid to adult, adulthood.
Mhm.
So I feel like if you just want to go home, watch Pokemon, and then play video games, and then go to school tomorrow at 8, 9, just let the kid be a kid. I feel like for sure now there's gonna be a pressure in a sense, right? If you're 15 or 14 and all your friends are working, now you'll be, I want to work too. But I feel like we're kind of stripping the, like, I don't know, just like their childhood in a sense. Like now, again, you're not enforcing it on them, but I feel like kids should just be kids and not have the expectation. Or maybe you could be working right now, but you're being a bum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what age did you get your first job?
16, I think. 16. When I work at McDonald's.
Did you start working? What was your mind process? I mean, when you started working?
Yo, I need to pay for gas.
Oh, yeah,
I need to pay for beer. My parents don't want to give me money no more.
Parents are whack.
Gotta go slave at McDonald's, flip some burgers, wipe some tables.
Fair enough.
That didn't last long.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this was so funny. There was this like, I was working like a Saturday. It was like during the day, and then my manager, or not even my manager, like I guess he was like the line cook or somebody like same level as me, but they just worked there more longer than me. Comes to see me, he's like, yo. I remember even like the audacity that person had. He's like, yo, you have to go clean the bathrooms, like the toilets overclogged. I was like, bro, I'm not doing that. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I was like, he was like, yo, the bathrooms like not clean. You have to go clean them up. So I was like, okay. I walked in and I opened the stall door, and literally like it was this close to like overflowing. It's like legit.
If you put a thing in, it's like
legit like poop floating around.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. So he's like, but you gotta do it.
But it's funny how they ask you, like, you have to.
He's like, but you gotta do it. Like, he's like, who's gonna clean it? I was like, I don't know. It's not me. I can tell. All I know is it's not gonna be me. Then he goes away. I guess he goes to like tell the manager. Then the manager comes see me, and like, or not even. He's like, he comes back. He's like, the manager wants to see you. The manager was like eating it like at the desk, and was like super smug. He's like, listen, if you're not gonna clean this, I'm gonna let you go home. I was like, then I can go home. He's like, you sure? I was like, bro, I'm not cleaning up after the poop. Like,
yo, what is my job description?
It's like, you go clean it, bro. If you want it to be cleaned that bad, you go do it. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that. He's like, okay, bro, I guess you can go home. I was like, bro, you're cutting my shift 2 hours before. Like, let's go.
I already took 3 burgers. By the way.
Exactly.
I'm full for supper.
Exactly.
There's chicken nugget. It'd be like, there's chicken nuggets in my pocket.
I did steal a lot of chicken nuggets. Did
you have sauce in your pockets at all times?
No.
Chicken nugget here.
The trick is because you would put all the fried stuff in the fryer. Yeah. Then you would take they had like a chain. You put it on like a cooling rack, and then you would put. Then you had like rags that you would put inside like their heater. So you would take it from the rack that went into the fryer, you put it into like the cooling rack, and then once it's cool, you put it into the heater rack, and you put it in the heater. So what I would do is, let's say I would forget, or I would not see a couple nuggets in the cooler rack, and I'd be like, you know what? I like my station to be clean, so I'm gonna go clean the cooling rack
with my mouth.
And then I would go, to like the washing section. I would just like,
I see you like a chipmunk, like.
And sometimes, when it would be super crazy, I would just store them in my pockets.
Yeah, that's a good deal. That's how it is.
It is
a hustle.
It is what it is, bro.
Like in terms of job, like we've all had jobs. Like, I don't know. It's just the thing that the favorite thing. But I feel like the issue with this, I feel like we're more likely to see a lot of young kids kind of being taken advantage of. Because when you're 14, it's your first job, and so you're so young. People can just be paying you like the most random numbers. You'll be like, this is cool. I'm getting $10 an hour. For the salary minimum, make my kings, So I don't know. I mean, unless it can really help her family, but I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's a case by case thing, but you know, I don't know. You don't have to put the pressure on kids that now you can work.
I don't know.
when
I
you're
just find it
14.
pathetic. Like, unless they were saying like giving exceptions to like
Mhm.
family business,
Yeah,
which I
feel like-
get.
yeah.
But if it's not a family business, if it's like McDonald's, bro, it's fucking pathetic. Like,
yeah, if the parents are like well off and they come, je sais pas, en même temps aussi c'est comme yo. I feel like what happened to the jobs of like having your kids cut the lawn? You know, like why not? I feel like
see?
you know, and it's
For
a fun.
$5.
Fair
cut
enough.
my
So it
lawn,
was-
bro.
You know, actually, let's apply to McDonald's.
But when you
Get
was a
better
kid,
pay.
you were like, I gotta make it $5 for 3 hours of job. Like,
Yeah, man. Sometimes I feel like you have to go through this phase, right? And like try to make like a hot dog stand or like a sausage. No, sausage. Lemonade
a
stand.
sauce stand? Are you
Lemonade
hungry?
stand.
Are you hungry?
I want hot dogs. And like,
On va aller au Belle Province. I'll get you a hot dog.
I was showing my coworker, you know, on my website, really cool feature. I'm able to put like on my website, I have a section that says contacts. You can email me. In the section, you see my address. I put the address in there. Guess what address I put in?
The carry hot dog.
Exactly. And I told my coworker, he thought it was so funny. I told you it was funny. Nobody thinks it's funny.
Yo, he was like, that's so funny. Like a fucking weirdo. He's like, he's just trying to be nice to you. He's like, yo, this woman is a psychopath. If I don't laugh at this joke, she's gonna stab me in the back one day.
He's like, I'm scared to go back to him. And then next week, he's been sick for the last couple of weeks.
And then every time he's on break, he's like, yo, guys, be careful when
I don't wanna talk to
when
her.
he's fucking crazy.
You know, I've been eating outside.
Go on her website. She put her address as the De Carry hot dog. Who does that? She's
It's
fucking
so
weird, but
good.
who does that?
Promotion. If they make merch, 100% you should be buying their merch, please. I should ask them if they have merch. I'm really serious. I don't know why I'm so invested in hot dogs, but I really love it. It's the best. But I was telling my coworkers, you know, I love hot dogs. My boyfriend next put us Suzanne. You see this? It's like, you know, this is how we merge. This is how we you know.
Polo Suzanne is the best poutine in the whole province.
Would you eat that? Would you put that? Would you, if you had like to decide?
I take it back. Best poutine in the whole world.
When, if you had to decide your final meal, would you eat put Suzanne? Would that be part of it? Maybe, or maybe
final
like a side little poutine. You know? Do you know what your final meal would be?
I mean, my final meal, like, bro, I'm eating like crazy. I would take one BBO.
That's a BBO.
No, one Philly bomb.
Okay, yeah.
One Philly bomb poutine from Polo Suzanne.
Okay, for fresh. Yes.
Of course. Then I want
Mm-hmm.
one chicken sandwich from Popeyes. Then I want what I want after that.
What other drink?
Then I want one Habibi burger, and I want one pistachio cake from Patisserie Habib.
Fair enough.
And I want an extra strong Grand Marnier San Pellegrino blood orange cocktail.
That's specific. What about that's it? You'd be happy if you die with that?
And last thing, I want a family-sized portion of fries from Belle Province.
These fries are black.
I like them. It's not my favorite fries.
I mean, you have to eat it within the first 5 minutes of it coming out.
Well, that's
Well, I
all
would-
fries.
Fair enough.
We had this discussion
I know.
like, yo, like fries are no good after the day. I don't know. It's like, who keeps fries the next day?
I don't waste food. I'll eat it the next day. 2 days after, I bought this. I spent $6 on this. My last meal would be chicken wings, 100%. Chicken wings. I would like root beer. Root beer. Chicken wings, root beer, the carrier hot dogs.
You're a psychopath. Who wants wood beer as their final
Yeah,
drink?
c'est bon. It's so sweet. I love it. And then I would like cake, any cake, but it has to be really good cake. Or like maybe fanfatti cake. And I would like some chicken from Popeyes, maybe like a side.
Stop stealing my stuff,
Yo,
bro.
man.
Make up your own
They're
last
gone,
meal,
bro.
bro.
I'm gonna hate it here. So I think I'll be good with that. Or maybe comme un manger haïtien, you know, for sure. You know, some plantain on the side.
Damn.
You on the side. Like, you forgot, huh?
Yeah.
Your culture, huh? You forgot about the
Plantain.
or your mom's food.
And I want a family-sized box of Accra.
What about the mom's food? You don't want your mom's food? Oh, your mom made like amazing cake on New Year's.
That's right. That's right. I want the honey cake.
Yeah.
Medavik.
I should make a list. I should write it down. You know?
That was crazy.
Yeah, we get on food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember the sushi cupcakes she made? That's slab.
Actually,
was such
I
a
want
good
some
idea.
sushi. We should make that.
That was a slapping thing. Basically, what she did is she
Yeah.
took like the
It's a
sushi leaf,
bake.
the sushi leaf,
Yeah.
and she put like the rice and like
Kind of sushi de
salmon.
in a sense. Yeah.
I would have added like the spicy mayo
Yeah.
sauce.
Oh, I would eat the fish that your mom had. Like the poisson qui était comme froid. It was
Mhm.
like slice, and I think you guys get like the some sort of a charcuterie, like I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes, it's bon.
smoke. It was smoked.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that was good. Damn. I don't know how I got to this topic, but that was good. Good memory name.
Talking about food.
Yes, food. So yeah, let your kid be a kid. Let him watch Pokemon. If he wants to be a bum at 14, let him be a bum. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I was material because I watched way too much Naruto, so I was happy life, you know.
Speaking of
Yes.
L's,
Yeah, big L's,
yo,
big L's.
qu'est-ce qui se passe à Boisbriand, man?
This is your hood.
Allegedly.
I don't know
But
anyone living there.
how is that a Montreal area suburb?
No. It says I mean, it is technically no. It's not Montreal suburb. It's like a Laval.
Right, it's
suburb.
its own city.
Yeah, is it?
What, man?
But it's in Quebec. Yeah, right.
Anyways, a disrespect. Anyways, 162 condominium owners in the Montreal area. Well, it's not even let me bring it back. 162 condominium owners in Boisbriand will most likely have to abandon their homes because of
Mhm.
major building defects.
Mm-hmm. Which
And-
is insane. Yeah.
Which is crazy because I
We
remember
called it.
I remember walking
called it.
in that area like a year before,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yo, how is like?" I was like, "These are new condos." I was
Yeah.
like, "How is the wall of outside?" Obviously, I didn't see inside, but just from the outside, the bricks were like
Yeah, they were like breaking
Cracked.
apart. Or like I remember there was like holes, and I thought it was part of the decoration. And
Yeah.
you were like, no, there's like
it
literally
makes no sense.
pieces of bricks missing. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, you're
bro,
right.
how the fuck is that already happening? Then lo and
Yeah.
behold,
They were
It's
made
like mold
under
and
15 years ago, like at most. But you know what's crazy? I feel like I see that often. Whenever I see a new residential area, I always look at the sidewalks. The sidewalks are gonna be like cracked and broken. I was like, wasn't this built like 4 years ago?
Mhm.
It's like, they won't be putting money into it if it's pas durable. You know, I don't know how they figure that out. But I don't think sidewalks should be cracking after like 4
Yeah.
years. You know?
That's crazy. Like there was a lady, she was saying how like
Mhm.
one of the walls is like
La moisissure is coming in,
Yeah.
water was coming. So imagine buying a condo, which it must
a
be
new condo.
hundreds of thousands
There's
of
like
dollars,
water leak.
right? So there's water leaking. You just paid a shit ton in this.
Yeah, I was pissed off when this fucking apartment complex that was built in the 80s
Mhm.
that had fucking water leaking, and then
Mhm.
because like remember there was
Yeah, but that was human error.
yeah.
But yeah, but
Imagine buying a new condo with water
right?
leaking.
So I genuinely feel like your building or an older building is more solid than the newer ones are being built. 100%.
It's not connected to the fire department. But
Yeah, but at least you can walk there. Or at least if you're on fire, just run
Exactly.
there. And the thing is, the sad thing with the apartments now is that people are either the residents have two options because it's not livable. Turns out, like mold is going through. The first option is I think getting like a $60,000 rebate or so to get a new place, but they still have to commit to paying the mortgage of the initial house, so you have to still pay it, or you pay for the reparations that can cost all the way up to $400,000.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that messed up?
Isn't that crazy? You buy a house, right? That
Yeah.
you think that was built properly,
Yeah.
and then you realize, oh no, it wasn't built properly.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, the bank. The bank is like,
Wow.
well, you still have to pay the mortgage.
Mais c'est comme,
really-
how am I
I'm-
supposed?
I'm really
yeah.
sorry for you.
Yeah.
I understand that it's fucked up that the house that you bought under good conditions is fucked up and you can't live in it anymore,
Yeah.
but you still have to pay the mortgage.
But that's the thing, right? There's a thing where, like, as a consumer, you do your own research. You know, you'll have people investigate the house. You know, just to do all the things. But when it's a new place, you would expect it to at least be up to par with like the standards.
Yeah.
that it
And then
should
the
be.
building company is like not
You're
involved
not
in this
insured.
anymore. They're like, well, I guess we're gonna go to court. And it's like, well, you have to go to court.
Yeah.
There's time. Like,
It's
what are you
gonna
gonna
take
do in
years.
between?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh well, you can sell the land. It's like, oh well, I bought this condo for $500,000. Now I can only get 60,000.
Also, who wants to buy it after you?
That's it.
Who wants to buy it knowing
It's
like,
the same
area?
company. Is like, well, we'll buy it from you. The same company that built
half the
it
price.
will build it properly this time.
And we'll give you a half a discount. We'll get it for half the money that you paid.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's all. That's the best we
I
can.
know
give
the
you.
bank here. He'll give you another mortgage. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. So that's really messed up.
I
Again,
feel like-
the fact that we called it out, and we don't even live in that building, and I felt like
I'm not a
this
building
thing-
inspector.
Yeah, and I thought it was cracking. I was like, it's kind of weird. The things are like cracking around.
All I'm gonna say is,
Yeah.
it's not like back in the day,
Mhm.
like in the 1800s.
When we were born in the 1800s, obviously.
Like in the 1800s, where somebody sold you a fucked up house and you just went to their house and just you know, you squabbled, you did like a duel,
Yeah.
you shot him in the face, and people are like, well,
Wow, is that your segue? Horrible.
Johnny is he was right. He did sell him a fucked up house. No, but I feel like if something like this happened,
Mhm.
il faut au moins tu me donnes 2 minutes avec the contractor. You know?
I know, but it is a whole team. So who's the guy that's on top of hiring hundreds of people on there?
Yo,
Figure it out.
you figure it out.
You can do like the Pornhub guy and then burn his house.
You guys do a team meeting. At least one of y'all, we got a squabble.
Yeah.
You gotta give me 2 minutes down the parking lot, no rules.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's fine. I'll figure it out. Either I'll sell the house or I'll pay the repairing fees. But you gotta give me 2 minutes.
And then there's gonna be an accidental fire in the residential area.
Perhaps.
Huh. Kind of funny how
not financial advice.
But speaking of like, I mean, just in terms of like getting into like homes, this. That's a funny situation.
That's the segue with homes. Sure.
Yes.
Carry on.
This boy.
Put a comment below which segue was better.
Nobody comments on the shit. Yeah, I was gonna hate it. He doesn't say anything. If you get a comment, it's like a Bible verse. I was like, bro. Okay, I mean it's positive. So
Yo, still a struggle, but it is what it is.
It's positive. So basically, this black teen, this 16-year-old black teen, you can tell he's like the most wholesome kid in the world. Like the picture they have of him, he's playing the clarinet or like the whatever instrument that is. Imagine that, it's a fat kid, living his best life. And his mom, basically, his mom sent him to pick up his siblings. I don't know, maybe it might have been like a babysitting thing or whatever it is. She was asking to go pick up his siblings. And all he did, he got on the porch, he knocked on the door. Next thing you know, he gets shot twice. Once on the upper left arm, or right arm, and the second right above his left eye. All he did was knock on the door. And then turns out it was like this 84-year-old man. And he said that, he felt threatened for some reason. That, like, as if this man has never received mail. I don't think he's been receiving mail because somebody knocked on the door and then now he's scared out of nowhere. And then, but I think amongst all of this, I think what I really care the most about is the boy. And then surprisingly, I don't know if he's making a full recovery, but he's doing super, super well. And he was shot in the head, like in the face. That's insane, honestly. So I really, really hope like he's able to get pushed through it. I know, like for sure, I think it's suspecting, it's his brain, right? Motor skills maybe not at 100%, but he's responsive, at most. But can you imagine, like?
But the dude said Lester told police he lives alone and was scared to death.
I know, but if the kid came in bashing the door, kicking, you know what I mean? But he literally just knocked on the door. He's waiting.
I don't know, were you there?
Like.
All I know is this is a classic case of he said, she said.
Like,
maybe he came in, he was like, I'm going to rob you, sir. If you don't open this door, I'm going to stab you in the stomach. He was like, son.
Yeah.
I don't want no problem.
Things just happen, huh? When nobody's around, you're able to say such a big ass story, huh? It's crazy. Crazy,
Nah, but it's crazy. It's insane. Hope the kid recover well enough. But I mean, he seemed like I remember seeing a video like him with the lawyer. He seemed kind of
no, that was before.
This was before.
Yeah, all the pictures are like before. But I think there's
one
picture of him.
Before, if he's saying he had a lawyer before.
No, all the same thing. I was like, are they friends with the lawyer?
That makes no sense. Then if this was a picture before, this is clearly a setup.
It's not a funny situation.
That's a setup. He's trying to set up Lester.
In my head, I was like, wait. So we see the lawyer now, but he has a picture. It might be a family friend. It might be someone that he already knows. So yeah, but his mom said like, let's say she was talking to him, he's responding, but she said that ultimately he's kind of still like looking like a blank wall. Il est un peu comme, il parle là, genre. And she said he would be like crying. So I was like, damn, like, can you imagine the trauma? Honestly, I feel like this is not the last time we're gonna hear from this kid. I feel like once he's able to get through, this kid, I feel like he's gonna go far. Honestly, like I really, really hope for him to like, push through this. I feel like it kind of reminds me of like, I mean, not the same situation, but like I know Malala was like shot in the head, and then she pushed through, and then you see like, I feel like you have to go when you go to something so horrific, then you don't really fear anything. Think of fuck it, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna go above and beyond, right? But the monsieur, I think he pleaded non-guilty because he was like, I was in my right. And I think in Missouri, you're allowed to bring out a gun if you fear your life or something. Mais comme, c'est pas raisonnable. Hein,
But I've seen a video.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true because I've seen it on Instagram or TikTok. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently the son or like the grandson of that person is like, yeah, my grandpa's crazy. My grandpa's racist.
But I mean, the biggest crime this kid did, the biggest crime was being black at in front of the door. You know. Comme, tu peux pas me dire that you can't tell me that that's not a hate crime. Like this is 100%. Like, had it been, we don't know the situation, but maybe had it been like a white person, do you think he would have pulled out the gun? Honestly,
It was like, come on in, honey. I got some sweet tea
and some
in the kitchen.
lemon cookies.
We're gonna figure everything out.
T'imagines, genre? You'll see, again, it was 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. at the latest. If it was 5 a.m., là, j'aurais dit, oh, you know, je comprends, c'est un peu bizarre, 4 heures du matin. Il est 10 heures du soir, là. Comme, le gars était réveillé, là. You know what I mean? Whatever time it is. It's not an appropriate response at all.
10 p.m.? 10 p.m. is better than 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Somebody's knocking on my door at 10 p.m.
You know, you're just not going to answer.
Like, yo, bro, walk away.
For example, comme, reminds me of the situation of you remember the cop that got into the wrong house? And then she shot the man in his own house and he died?
Yeah.
Elle pleurait, but I can't understand, but you killed a man. And he was in his own damn house. Like, what do you want me to say about this?
I was watching, there was this, I remember the full story, but I remember thinking it was like, so there was a police officer that was shot and killed on duty. And like the police officer did like this whole ceremony, like commemorating her life and everything. And they went on like this long ass, like, I don't want to say parade, but they like walked like the casket, and it was like, this whole ceremony to celebrate this person's life. And I was just like, man, they never do this for the people they killed.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like one police out, like death is death regardless of the person, and it's a fucked up situation. But just the comparison, or it's like, so in a news story, like this was a great person, blah blah blah, or even like, you know, there's all these school shootings, and when it's like white people, they're like, oh, he was a grade A student, you know what I mean? He was like, nobody saw it's coming, but like when it's like other ethnicities, there's always this negative connotation
100%
about them. It's never like, oh, this young kid was like an aspiring whatever. It was always like he had like
mental health, he had this. I don't know, they're really gonna go into like,
it's always I don't want to say always because I don't have the extent data, but it's just like conveniently brushed under like mental health, whereas like other ethnicity, clearly the narrative is different.
Or like, you remember like this young boy and in Montreal, like Janai, I remember I saw you like last fall. He passed away.
It's crazy. I don't even know which one you're talking about. There's so many.
I mean, there's so many. But this boy, he basically wrong place, wrong time. He was shut down. You know, he was, I don't know who shot him. I forgot what the details. But he was killed. And then I think when it came out, people were talking about like, you know, as if he was. It really, the narrative was kind of like pushing as if like he was in the wrong crowd. He was doing some word sketch things. And that was where he was portrayed in the media. And then in the same week or two, a white boy somewhere else in the city passed away, kind of under similar circumstances. And then par hasard, Trudeau did like a message like, oh man, you know, this young boy had a big life. And I was like, bro, what's, you know, so they said we don't have all the data of how people are always portrayed, but from what we see, from the few of them that we actually see, that actually make the news, it's never like the most positive light, you know.
No.
For people with different races, and that's all.
I'm not saying it's 100%, but there's clearly a distinction.
Right. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say, people be better. I really hope this boy like makes it out. Honestly,
100%.
And I know that it was like there was like walks and debates, like so people were like angry with reason, right? Si chez la mère là, genre.
I remember seeing a story. There was a senator somewhere in the States. They were protesting like I think gun control or something like that, and it was like after like a school shooting or a kid died, he brought a child-sized casket to like the parliament or whatever, and they didn't let him come in. It's like, bro,
because they don't want to be faced with like the reality. Like, these are kids.
Like, God forbid,
you know,
I can't have my M16.
And I feel like unless I honestly feel like if it was one of these people in Parliament's kids, they would have a different response, 100%.
Direct.
If it's not your kid, you're like, well,
direct.
We have to have the teachers have guns.
You know what I saw? I think it's in Florida because Florida is one of those places.
Or that man.
They
Dot,
they
dot, dot.
they did. They're passing a new law. I don't know if it's passed yet. They're passing a new
Mhm.
law where it's like rape victim or like abuse victims that have a
Mhm.
child out of those acts.
Mhm.
You will need to provide paperwork
Mhm.
to get an abortion.
I think I saw something like that. Weird things like that.
It's like, bro, yo,
Like,
before you rape me, do you mind signing this document, please? Like,
people are disgusting in the States. It's so depressing to hear about.
and I
Just
remember
let women
seeing
be
comments
women.
of dudes are like, well, the men were like kind of defending this. It's like, dude, how? What the fuck? What are we even talking about? Some people are like, you know, women be sleeping with whoever. It's like, dude, you're missing the point
Yeah,
so much. We're
it's
talking about like
crazy.
somebody that
Yeah.
doesn't consent to having sexual interaction,
Yes.
and now
Yeah.
they're having a kid out of it.
It's insane because people will always be like, okay, well, if they're always gonna people are always gonna think that, okay, well, if it happened, she was attacked in the street. I think people imagining rape, they're always gonna imagine it the deep dark alleyway. Like she happened to walk and she was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
But rape can happen in any situation. It can be even in a relationship. Like you don't consent. You're not every day like I consent to everything. You're allowed to say no to things.
Sometimes it's crazy to me. I think of like certain things, and it's like it's crazy how many laws or like
Yeah.
other people can tell you what to do with your life.
Right? And they're the ones that to tell you, well, it wasn't rape because this is so
It's like,
happened,
dude,
or we're not gonna allow the
who
abortion
the fuck are
because
you, bro? Like, who
yeah.
the fuck are you?
And I think the most messed up thing is like I feel like a lot of these laws are applied by people that are very religious, and I know, but just in the sense of like, if your point of view is like, oh, according to the Bible, we're not able to do this because so. But what do you say to someone that's not religious? They don't abide by the same like rules in a sense.
Mhm.
So that doesn't make sense for them to be like, God said this, but it's like, oh, I'm not religious. This means nothing to me. So, in just in general, people giving out rules for other people to live their lives, which makes no sense at all. Isn't it frustrating to think about? Like, people are
Yeah.
like, damn, like, let's people be people, man. And people always be like, oh, well, this woman was sleeping around, or she was like wearing, what was she wearing? Like, I don't know, someone's gonna be the dumbest things, And then when people do come out, very, very few cases actually end up going to court or actually winning like the
Mhm.
case. I mean, super, super small percentage, right? At
It's
this
fucked
point,
up.
people feel like they're like better off just not saying anything, right?
Yeah.
It's really messed up, honestly. But I think I saw this woman. She was assaulted, and I don't know. I found out the details when in general, like they made her wait a very long time into getting like getting the DNA process and everything. But at the point of the name, the longer you wait, the more these traces gonna like wash out in a sense.
Mhm.
So as per that, they were like, well, we don't have like circumstantial evidence. But like, bro, you guys make me wait days and days. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I don't know. Anyways, I don't even.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy out of this world.
People.
Crazy.
Let people be people.
Exactly. Let people be people.
Exactly. If I want to be 14 years old and watch TV and not work, let me be people. Let me be me. Let me be whatever I want. So yeah. By the way, we can end on one final note.
Yes.
I got a new hairstyle. I got headbands now. What do you feel? How
Is
do you
that
feel
a
about
hairstyle?
it?
Or
It is
that's
a
an
hairstyle.
apparel that you're adding on your head?
It's basically more like an accessory. I would say,
Exactly.
for
It's
sure.
not a hairstyle.
Sure, you're right. It's a hairstyle.
Take off your.
What about this?
Enlève ton chapeau.
this hair.
Show your real hairstyle.
My hair is braided down.
Mhm. That is a
Yeah.
hairstyle.
But how do you feel about it? Do you think it's cute?
C'est genre, tu vas aller à l'église, bro? C'est quoi qui se passe?
You think it's cute on me? If I wear like earrings.
C'est correct, man. C'est correct, bro.
That's the thing. That's crazy because like I'll ask your opinion to see, but
Mhm.
ultimately I'll keep wearing. I think it's cute. 'Cause
Exactly.
I had like that good response. People were like, "Yo, that's so cute on you." I was like, "Thank you." you know,
You're just being nice.
Huh?
You're just being supportive.
They're like,
They're enabling you.
I saw this.
That is
thing.
something I will not do.
I saw something like if you compliment someone on something that you don't, let's say it's back in the curve, and they're wearing their hat, pick up. C'est tellement laid that you feel the need to say that it's cute. You know what I mean? You'd be like, I really like your shirt, when you really don't.
I don't do that.
You're honest.
I'd be like, it's just not for me.
And see, that's how I know. Like, at least I know you don't hate it. So I'm like, no, then you're right.
Mhm.
'Cause if you hate something like my bangs that I've had before, they were beautiful bangs. I had
It's
a
okay,
whole
c'est
picture
genre, you forgot to put your wig on.
with my bangs.
Yeah, like especially with this one, the
It's
black
cute.
one. That's,
Well,
c'est
what
pas
about
ça que
the-
vous faites? Vous, genre, vous mettez genre une affaire pour
Oh, like the
aplatir vos
cap?
cheveux. And then you put the wig
I
on
would
top.
look cool with wigs. I should get some wigs too.
But you already have like the hair extensions. Anyways, guys, wrap it up.
Yeah, whatever they do, we get along. That's it. That's what matters. I don't know. You guys can comment. You guys never do. But,
Yeah, exactly. How about you comment?
Yeah, comment. You know, I dare you to comment.
I dare you to
I dare
comment.
you.
I
If you
dare you to
don't,
like.
I'm a
I dare you to
comfy.
subscribe.
Yeah.
If you have the balls to do it.
Yeah. If not, you're a baby.
If not, at least just keep watching.
Yeah, please give us the views. You know?
Or like, bro. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
Actually, all your videos been getting a lot of views. I want the same amount of views on our podcast than your videos get.
It's just you gotta work. But I get the views, but people don't
Comment.
the time they don't comment
Oh,
or like the
okay.
Bible verses. But there's not like the
Did you watch the whole video?
watch time is low. So that's the next like
Well, you know,
obstacle to take care
like
of.
you said, at this point, when people see the amount of views. So I feel like that's that in general boosts it up, right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how people got on that page, but they got on that page for at least 10 seconds. You know? Is it a
Well,
minute?
the average is for last time I checked it was like 45
Minutes?
seconds.
10 seconds? So 45 seconds. I
Yeah.
take it.
So,
So win in my books.
It's a 35-minute video.
In 1 hour podcast.
You guys barely watched a percent. So
Yeah,
a win is a win. A
It
win
doesn't
is a win.
matter,
Anyways,
bro. Yeah. Anyways, have a nice week. We'll be back in 2 weeks. But we're still posting the reels bit by bit. So you guys
Wrap it up.
enjoy. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
Ciao, guys.
When you were playing that record, what were you thinking?